Hello everybody, my name is David. Thank you for watching. This is part 3 of my question and answer videos I do every week, answering people's questions from last week. And I'm sorry that I have to do this in so many parts. My new equipment's awful. It seems like I can only make 20-minute videos now because of an update. So thanks for making it worse. So I got 20 minutes. So this might even be 4 parts. I don't want to rush through people's questions, and I don't want to skip them. So that's just the way it is. I'm sorry. Next question is from Truth, which is, her real name is Ruth in the United Kingdom. Hello, Ruth. Ruth says, I've been dating a guy for about 4 months, and he's been really respectful and nice, and there are no red flags. It's been nearly 2 years since I separated from my toxic ex-husband, but we have contact because of shared children. Why do I get anxious sometimes when hanging out with my new man? Could it be that I am not used to a man treating me well, or intuition that he's not right for me? Your thoughts, David, would be much appreciated. Ruth. You know, obviously I wouldn't really know, right? I'm not in your head, and I don't know this guy. And if there are no red flags, then it seems like he's okay. And maybe you're just scared. There's many different reasons. Many different reasons it could be. So, for one, our brains try to keep us alive. That's it. So it goes by experiences, and we do something scary or dangerous or bad, right? Our brains will say, don't go anywhere near anything like that again. Okay? You've had bad experiences dating men, and your brain's determined you're going to have another one. That's for sure. Okay? I know that a brain does that. That's probably one thing your brain is doing. Could that be all? No. I don't want to say, oh, Ruth, hey, it's just your brain saying I've had one bad experience, so I'm going to have another one. So don't worry about it. Just ignore it. Ignore how you feel. No. No. Because guess what, Ruth? When we have relationships with bad, toxic, narcissistic abusers, we tend to keep doing it. So he could be. I'm not helping, am I? We date our own emotional self-worth. How do we feel about ourselves? How do you feel about your marriage that you had? Any bad feelings in there? Anything you don't understand about it? We need to heal more. Red flags, guys, everyone, guys, girls, red flags are your emotions. It's going to tell you. And we don't go by anybody else, and it's nice to go get advice, but it's about you, not what somebody else thinks. Our boundaries are our boundaries, not somebody else's. They don't tell us. So regardless of why, pay attention to how you feel. Okay? He might be healthy, and you might be scared from your past, and that's okay. And you're getting anxious or nervous, stuff like this, then maybe you're going too fast. But all that you have to do, Ruth, is just listen to how you feel and try to fix it, okay? My guess is slowing it down a little bit might help. If you see this person 3 times a week, maybe twice a week. If they're asking too personal questions, that's up to you. Then you don't answer all of them yet. Too soon. If you know, you guys are, let's not make any major commitments or agreements, you know, stuff like this. Maybe if they just moved in, it feels it's too soon. Okay? So we go by how you feel, Ruth. I hope that helps. Please keep asking me more questions, okay? Thanks. Lisa from Central New York area. Hello. I've just stumbled across your videos recently, and I really like your approach to how you explain the narcissist. Thank you. I have a question. I've been involved back and forth with my ex, narcissist, for 8 years. You're no contact for the billionth time. You want to know how you can really let him go. 100% no contact is the only way. You're very codependent. You've become addicted to the highs and lows. And you go into your childhood I hope you'll answer my questions next time. Keep doing the great work you do. So helpful. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Even though he has shown me time and time again he will never change, clearly a part of me must think he can be different. Hope to hear back soon. So anything we have troubles doing alone, we go ask for help. And I don't mean just me for advice. Have somebody help you do this. Okay? You're worth it. You're worth it. Go do it. Do you have a little money? Go do it. Or some are free. You can get some state help wherever you're at. But as we get help to do this, you want to know, how do we break this addiction? Totally understand what's going on, because this addiction is all lies in your head, right? It's your hormones going up and down. You understand that. So start replacing some of these hormones. Find out how to do that, for one. And two, totally understand your situation, exactly what's going on. Keep learning more if you need to know more what's going on in your brain. And then there's different things you can do. Treat this like an addiction, like any other addiction, okay? Get help. And also tell everybody, commit to it by telling everyone. You don't know how many people I know that are going through the worst time of their life, but their best friends and their family don't know. It's like, damn, tell them. Or, you know, they tell me, well, they've heard it all before. And so what? So what? Don't they love you? Don't they care about you? So commit to yourself and what you're doing, what you want to do. We commit to it by telling people, and we start investing in it more and more and more by getting people to help you. Professional help is the best, okay? Your friends and your family are good for moral support, some emotional support, to bounce things off of, to call them instead of calling your ex, right? But as far as getting real help that you need, they can't do that for you. Get someone else to do that with you, okay? It's just the best advice I always have. I just have so much success with my clients. I can't even explain it. And my clients have been to therapists for years and go nowhere. So there is help out there. Okay? Go find it. Know you're worth it. Commit to it and invest. Okay? We can take supplements. You can take hormones. Ask your doctor for the hormones that you're missing. That helps. Okay? We fill this time. If this is an addiction and we're getting rid of it, this addiction, this person, this relationship took up a ton of space and time. So what are you going to replace it with? Real important. Real important. Step one. Take something away, add something else. Okay? You're taking this away. What are you going to put in place of it? Hopefully something healthy. Okay? Thank you. Totally change your environment so your brain starts looking for new danger. So change your house, change your looks, change your car, the paint, the artwork, everything. It's temporary. Just do it. Be extreme. And totally get rid of everything that has to do with this person in the relationship. Get it out of your life. It helps. Makes a big difference, okay? Thanks. Hello again, David, blonde artist from California with 2 questions for you. Hello again. I've noticed that I've been a workaholic when I'm surrounded by toxic people. After cutting those toxic people out, my work focus has been a lot less. What can I do to get my focus? My second question is, what was your wake-up moment in the world of narcissism? Thanks for asking. The first part, you're a workaholic when you're surrounded by toxic people. And then now that the toxic people are out of your life, you're not such a workaholic, I think is what you mean. And that's good. Good. Okay? When people come to me with work-related problems, I fix their emotional life. Our brains keep it separate. We have a part that manages work life and a part that manages relationships, and we don't mix the two. That's why we don't work from home, or we don't mix it all together like that. We start making lots of problems. When you became a workaholic, is because you couldn't manage your emotional life. You had these toxic people. You tried to get away from them and stay at work. Okay? Now that your emotional life isn't so bad, you don't feel it necessary to involve yourself and spend so much time at work. So you're going to spend less time at work. That's a good thing. Start broadening your horizons in your emotional life. Start making friends. Start having intimate moments with friends. and family and looking to make your life more interesting by finding what interests you in this world and exploring it, the work will come. Okay? The work should come. Maybe it's time to change professions. Okay? That's my best advice. Thank you. Good to see you again. And Willa from New Jersey. Hello, Willa. Always great to see you. Willa is a great contributor to this channel. How can a person know the difference between a healthy love and an unhealthy obsession? How can adult children or people in romantic relationships tell if the other person or parent sees them as a person and not as an object or extension of themselves to use? What red flags can we look for? Red flags are here. How does it feel? There is no should. Okay? When you have a problem here, there's a problem, and this needs to be fixed. It doesn't matter what the other person's opinion is of it. Okay? How do you know the difference between a healthy love and unhealthy obsession? Well, we've had unhealthy obsessions. We may not have had a healthy love, so learn what healthy love is. Learn what healthy love is. That's how you tell the difference. Okay? Healthy love is the person values the same core values you do, and all of your emotional needs are met, and so are theirs. That's healthy love. Okay? Unhealthy obsession is typically values are different and your emotional needs aren't being met in the relationship. So find out what your emotional needs are and ask yourself if they're being met or not. If they're being met, you're closer to healthy. If they're not being met, you're being neglected. Okay? An unhealthy obsession is addiction. It's addiction. Take away the addiction and typically you'll have nothing left. So you start deciding, is this addiction or do I really love the person? Okay? And if you really love the person, you should be able to list everything you love about them and it's inside, not outside. Right? Instead of loving the sex, instead of loving, how they look and how it just feels all the time, start realizing that you appreciate who they really are inside here. Their morals that they value. So a healthy, loving relationship means that you and that person value the same morals and both of your emotional needs are met. And that you do that communicating very well and being vulnerable. Okay? Hope that helps, Willa. Thanks for asking. Good to see you again. E, just 2 E's, from Ireland. Hello. Could a borderline be misdiagnosed in childhood with Asperger's, especially as they have a covert narcissist mother, and it may have been a way of garnering attention? They hit all the criteria for borderline traits, but only some for Asperger's, and there is some overlap. Thank you, from Ireland. Yeah, of course, anyone could be misdiagnosed with anything. Sure. Common? I haven't heard that being common. Personality disorders aren't diagnosed in childhood, and Asperger's is tough, right? They don't even use that term anymore. High functioning autistic. But how do you know? I mean, if you're completely 100% accurate and they fit all the criteria of borderline traits, but only some for Asperger's, well then they were misdiagnosed. If that's your opinion and you're not a doctor, you could be wrong. The doctor can be wrong too. Many are, many times. I don't know how else to answer that. Is it common? Not that. The most common misdiagnosis for borderline is bipolar, manic depression. Hope that helps. And so PIP or PIP from England, hello. You left a very long message, and I don't have time to read all of it, so I'm going to try and skim through it and find your question. If I'm wrong, please tell me and ask again. I have a question to summarize. So, not the question yet. I was in a very emotionally, physically abusive relationship. Blackmail, a huge social network. And That's my story in a very small nutshell, but there's so much more. So my question is, after all of this, I carried so much guilt in my heart about making him homeless, being the cause of his so-called pain, hearing him cry down the phone, begging me to take him back when I let him go. How do these people have this sort of power? And why do people like us feel that amount of guilt even after the torture they put us through? So the reason typically we feel that way, right? People, and this is very common with victims of this stuff. They've been even beaten, they've been even tortured, they've been emotionally manipulated, totally lost themselves, brought through the ringer, cheated on, lied to, all this stuff, right? And at the end of it, they feel guilty. Well, we feel guilty for allowing it to happen. If you look at yourself, just one, and I'm not saying it's your fault, okay? But someone abusing us for years, I understand we're tricked, lied, didn't see it, don't understand, but we still didn't stop it, okay? And so after a while, we feel guilty. If you think of yourself as a little child that you were, hold that little child in your arms, look down, and start apologizing for all the people that have hurt this little child, okay? And then you start feeling a little guilty. You start seeing where that guilt's coming from. Because we don't have control over them. We have control over us, okay? Another big reason we feel guilty is we were brought up in childhood never being enough. That the way we feel isn't enough. That hurts. I want it to stop, so I'm going to end the relationship just because it hurts. No, your feelings aren't enough. You've been brought up that your feelings aren't good enough. Be quiet. Shh, smile anyways. Don't tell. Don't complain. Other children had it worse than you. Do you see that? So you feel guilty about expressing your emotions. So breaking up, ending a relationship because how you felt is not enough and you feel guilty. That's just one reason to feel guilty, right? You said you've been responsible for this person for so long and now you're not going to be responsible for them anymore. There's another reason. Now you feel guilty, right? Because you've been taught what matters is what you do, not how you feel. So you better do the right thing. And if you don't, you're a bad person. See that? It doesn't matter what you do, only how you feel. Make this pain stop, whatever it takes. How's that? Okay? I'm sorry you feel guilty, but that's a conditioned response. I bet. Thank you. Keep asking me questions, okay? Just want to see where we're at here. Boom. So Darren states, he's just stating something. I wanted to try to correct this. The narcissist dependency is based on pure dependent behavior, not the codependent, fixing, rescuing, enabler type that's doing all the narcs, bidding for them in these relationships. Both the narc and codependent are dependent and share minor similarities such as needing and a lost sense of self. But narcissists are lacking too much in all other areas for them to be defined as having genuine codependency. Many people are also writing false articles by lumping us in with narcissists merely because of the fact we might be dependent on each other, which is a very broad word that doesn't say much about very specific human behavior, LOL. So I wanted you to understand, and other people, that co means both. That's what co, right? Both of you. So, and this isn't my opinion. I'm just explaining to you what codependency means by definition. That anyone in a relationship with someone who's codependent is codependent. Both of you are, not just one. Okay? I've dated a codependent, very short time, realized that a codependent didn't like it, ended it. Right? And I stay in it with him for 5 years and say, oh no, they're codependent, I'm not. Right? So, codependency means dependent on people. We need to be interdependent. That's meeting our own emotional needs with people, but doing it ourselves, not knowing how and dependent on other people to do it for us. Okay? And that's both the narcissist and the victim, both. So when people are saying, when you're saying that people are lumping you together with narcissists, no, they're not. There's going to be similarities, you know? What if you're white and the narcissist is white? You're both white. Are we lumping you together? No. But if a narcissist is codependent and you're dating them, then you're codependent by definition, not opinion. I'm just letting you know that, and other people. I know it's confusing, and I know we don't want to be labeled and victim blamed and stuff like this. It's really not. It's really not. It's just being emotionally dependent on other people. It's not even a diagnosis. Okay? I hope that makes sense. I'm not giving my opinion, just helping you understand the definition. And saying that they're different, sure. And I wrote here, the difference you speak of is that the narcissist is selfish while the victims are selfless. I get that. But still codependent too, both. Okay? Thanks. And I gotta stop. It's already been 20 minutes and I gotta stop part 3 here. I'll start part 4 soon. Okay? Thank you guys. Love yourself first. I'll see you in part 4 soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.